Good Tuesday evening. Welcome to BCP Live. Hi, I'm Joey McWilliams. Glad to get to be with you here on this Tuesday night. It's been a couple of weeks. My wife was talking to me recently about consistency, and so we're going to try to have a very consistent February here. I know it's been hit and miss. And we talked a few times last week, of course, with all the ice and the school closings and things like that. But we're going to talk about some more fun things tonight than just school closings. On the other hand, if you're a teenager, you probably enjoyed the school closing talk. But for the rest of us, we're going to be talking about things in our community, and that includes Christina Walker, who owns Christina and Company in downtown Durant. And Christina, first off, I want us to just let you know I appreciate you and I appreciate your business. We're going to talk about your business tonight, but thank you very much for coming on and being with me tonight.
My pleasure.
Now, Christina is a long-time resident here in the area, and her business, or its roots, they go back quite a ways. But you own the business right now is located on Main Street in downtown Durant. Can you talk about your business a little bit in its current incarnation and how long it's been there?
We've been downtown Durant for 3 years. We bought an old building and revamped it, and we have a flower shop with fresh and silk flowers. We do gifts and events and just anything, baby showers,
all kinds of things. I know that
yes.
you do, and quite a few things in stock too. Now, one of the things I wanted to mention in particular was the fact that Valentine's Day is coming up. So that is 1 week from today. Valentine's Day is 1 week from today. So now is a good time to come by your place of business because, guys, okay, here's your fair warning right now. Valentine's Day, it's T-minus 7 days. So you need to do something. But that's for everybody, guys and girls alike. So what would you all have to offer there for Valentine's Day?
Oh, we've been getting ready and stocked up. We have fresh plants, some with blooms that are beautiful. We have fresh flower bouquets of all shapes and sizes and price ranges. And we also have like gifts and spa packages, not actual spa packages, but like bath products and candles and all sorts of good stuff and candy bouquets.
That is really, really cool. I believe I saw a little earlier today a chocolate rose was something that you had too.
Yes.
Okay, I don't think you can go wrong with chocolates.
No, chocolates are the all-time best Valentine gift ever. And we have lots of chocolates too.
Chocolates and roses, and when you combine it, I think that's probably
the classic. It's called a classic for a reason.
Okay, there we go. That could actually be the perfect gift. I've heard before that there's always been a search for a perfect gift. We may have actually found the perfect gift, chocolate rose. That could wrap it all up. Christina with Christina and Company. Now, I know that you do other things than just Valentine's Day, although that's coming up, and want to talk about it again before we come to the conclusion tonight. But so many other things. You have the flowers. I've seen that in stock and other gifts too. So you can make the flower. And by the way, there are real flowers and there are imitation flowers. Is that the way to say it?
Flowers is what you say. Yes. Okay.
I want to make sure I said it right. You can do both things, but you also put together the arrangements too. I mean,
absolutely. We can make custom arrangements for people. We do a lot of church arrangements. Yes, we can help you make the perfect arrangement.
Now, this is on a personal note, and I've known Christina for a while, but actually had a chance to get to know her this past year a little bit more, and she got to know me and my family a little bit better because when Miss Jenna Page got married back in April, Christina came and was a big part of that wedding that we had here at our house. So I will tell you first off, and again, I want to say this so everybody can hear this. You did a fantastic job. I don't know what we would have done without you, and that is just honestly the truth. But that's another thing that you do. You do weddings and events like that. Can you talk about that?
That's how I got my start 23 years ago. I started doing weddings and I just found a calling for it and I loved it and I still love it. Nothing gets me excited like talking about weddings and things like that. But I can do a little bit of your wedding or I can do a lot of your wedding. I do flowers or I can help you design the whole thing. I love weddings. And so we do a lot of work with brides and all the venues and we love it.
Well, I like the way you said that too, because doing those things I think is a calling. And I don't think there's, after what you did for us and for my family, I don't doubt that at all. It is a calling. Hey, shout out to Dottie really quickly. Dottie, good evening to you. And from wherever you're watching tonight, please let us know in the comment section that you're watching, even if it's on the replay. You might be able to hear the rain too here in Bryan County. It's drifted a little bit from where I am here in North Durant, but I think I can hear it out at Christina's place right now too. So a little rain, but it's no ice this week. That's a positive there. You talked about, Christina, you've been around this incarnation of the business for 3 years at downtown Durant. But you're with you and with your family, it goes back a little bit farther. Well, a lot farther with the Smart Shopper. Tell us a little bit about that and how long that's been around.
Well, my mom started the Smart Shopper about 45 years ago. So it's been a staple in Durant before we even had a Walmart. There was a Smart Shopper. And she was like the coolest store. A lot of people from back in the day remember that she had a sticker club and a big breakdancing party. And she was a really hip, cool store owner back in the day.
That is really cool. Okay, and I mentioned this to Christina before we went on the air too. I used to drive into town to come to church here when I was a much younger Joey, and this is back in the 80s, so I'll let you all do the math on what all that is. I think everybody knows how old I am anyway. But that at the time, too, that was one of the first things you saw coming into town when you're coming in from the west. I came in from Ardmore, and so you're coming in from the west, and that was one of the first things you saw was Smart Shopper. I mean, that's you knew you were in Durant at that point in time.
That's right.
Well, that's cool. I didn't know there were breakdancing parties. And find that. I do have some 80s clothes, no parachute pants. I was not that cool. But of course, if you knew me in the 80s, you'd probably say, no, you were not cool at all. It doesn't matter. Anyway, all right, Christina, Smart Shopper, your family's been around here for a long time. You've been around for a long time. Great business. And again, on Main Street, how do they get in touch with you and where can they find you over the next, few days in particular for Valentine's Day, but beyond that, where are you located?
We are located in the historic downtown Durant on the 400 block, 405 West Main Street here in Durant. And our phone number is 580-920-0030, and you can call anytime. We have a website called designsbychristinaandcompany.com and a Facebook page, Designs by Christina.
Okay. Now, really quickly, just to make sure I get the Designs by Christina and Company all spelled out.
Yes.
All right. And Facebook is pretty easy to find too. And that's one of those things a lot of time. And we're being watched tonight on both Facebook and YouTube. But that's one of those things too that you can pretty much, when you search on Facebook, Designs by Christina, they should be able to find you well.
Yes. There. Yes. Christina with a K. Can't miss it.
That, you know what? I needed to mention that. I'm glad you said that too. There are multiple spellings. So you want to make sure that you spell that right. All right. Really quickly then, Christina, again, thank you for being on the show with me. But is there anything else you'd like to add?
Just thank you for having me here tonight. It's been really fun. You guys come see me.
All right. Well, it's a family night, and it's actually that must be our cue too, right there too, to close down. But it's a family night, and I know Christina's with her family, so I want to say thank you very much for taking time with me here on BCP Live and visiting with our audience as well. And I know that I will be back, but I meant what I said, Christina. Not only do you have a great store, which you do have a fantastic store, but I will say this again. I do not know what we would have done if you hadn't been there.
Thank you.
Daughter would have still gotten married. I mean,
definitely.
We were going to get her married off that. We were going to get her married off that day. There was
absolutely.
But it.
It was a pleasure. Your family is amazing, and I love being a part of people's special day. That's one of my favorite parts of doing weddings is you really get to know and love your brides and their families.
Well, thank you very much, because I think what we had was successful, but it was due very much in no small part to you. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. You're very kind.
All right, Christina Walker then with Designs, or that's the name of the website, Christina and Company, downtown Durant. Christina, thank you very much for being with us tonight, and I'll let you go be with your family.
Thank you.
All right. Glad to have Christina tonight. I'm very thankful as we have a good month full of guests here on BCP Live, and you may have heard the rain. Now, it has drifted away a little bit where we are right now, but I'm really thankful for Christina. I do want to mention one other thing tonight, and that is this. Now, there's not, of course, there's a lot going on. High school basketball is going on this weekend. The playoffs. We will have brackets for you on BryanCountyPatriot.com tomorrow, and we will try to keep you updated with the scores all weekend long as well. And I want to make sure, and I'm trying to see here. My window went away. Can't have my window going away. My window went away. Let's see here. Well, there's live broadcasting. Sorry about that. All right, here we go. Josh Burkeen is going to be in town. Our U.S. Congressman is going to be in town on Monday, this coming Monday, February 13th, Monday at 9 o'clock, 9 to 10 a.m. at the Donald W. Reynolds Library. That is located on Main Street. So Josh Burkeen is going to be in town. And it looks like that the schedule that he has is pretty busy. On that Monday alone, he'll be in Durant at 9 a.m., McAllister at noon, Tahlequah at 3:30, and Muskogee at 6 p.m. The next Monday, he's going to be in Okmulgee at 9 a.m., Claremore noon, Pryor at 2 p.m., and Bartlesville at 5 p.m. So quite a schedule. So if you haven't seen our U.S. Congressman for District 2, Josh Burkeen, in a while, you want to get a chance to see him. He's going to be on town next Monday, and we're going to try to be on site there as well with the Bryan County Patriot. One of those things you need to know, and it's not every day you get to visit with a U.S. Congressman. Now, I know most of us around here, we know him as just Josh. That's fine, but he's still a U.S. Congressman. And so it's one of those things that if you have questions, and I'm sure that many of you do have some questions, you may want to get to visit with him about that, 9 a.m. at the library in downtown Durant. That was really that, and the high school basketball, which again, coming up Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Class B and Class A. We will bring you scores on the Bryan County Patriot and keep you up to speed on that. Brackets updated tomorrow. Also, if you haven't seen Southeastern play this year, Southeastern softball and baseball got their seasons underway this past weekend. The basketball team is still doing well. Basketball teams are playing. The women and the men are going to be in town Thursday and Saturday. Thursday, taking on Southern Arkansas at Bloomer Sullivan Arena, which is on First Avenue. And then Saturday, taking on Arkansas Monticello, two Great American Conference doubleheaders that are going to be here in Durant. So if you haven't had a chance to see them play, you need to do that. And I always encourage everyone, we definitely should support our college athletic teams. I really think that we should. We, as a whole, do a pretty good job of being a college town, and I think there's room for improvement. It's one of those things. Not every town gets to be a college town. Not every county gets to be a college county. You'd think with as many colleges and junior colleges as there are, maybe that's the case. It's not the case. And I just want to encourage all of our businesses to support Southeastern. And, I'm a big fan of the restaurants. I saw this in a restaurant the other day. And I hope, and my encouragement is that every restaurant in Durant, particularly, maybe in Bryan County as a whole, but in Durant in particular, would have some kind of Southeastern Savage Storm logo or support for Southeastern in that. Show that we are a college town. And I was in one the other day, and I will tell you it was Chicken Express. Now, I realize I'd love to drop every restaurant, and I wanted to drop the names of all restaurants, but I just happened to glance coming in, looked over to the side. There it is, right there, Southeastern. Go Southeastern. So my encouragement is that we all show our support for Southeastern. And if you haven't had a chance to watch the basketball teams play this year, why not go out? They're going to be in town Thursday night and Saturday night. We'll support our high school basketball teams throughout Bryan County, throughout their runs in the playoffs this year, as we do every year. So 2023, look for your information for Bryan County high school basketball teams in the playoffs right there on the Bryan County Patriot. All right, we are nearing the 15-minute mark, and so that is our show for tonight. I want to give special thanks to Christina Walker for being on with me. I meant what I said about her. What a fantastic job she did for us and for getting Jenna married, and that was a big deal. Of course, father of the bride, it's very, very important to me. And I will tell you that for me and for my entire family, we were so thankful for all that she did for us. And it is a calling. There are things, look around sometimes, and you look at different things that you do, whether you do weddings or whether you do funerals or whatever it is that you do, and where you get to be a part of someone's moment in their life. Those things are callings. And to get to do that and to do it well, I appreciate her. So you need to stop by. I encourage you, please stop by Christina and Company on Main Street and give them a visit. And don't forget, Valentine's Day is on the way. All right, that is it for tonight. I want to say thanks again to Christina Walker for being on the show with me, and thanks to you for watching, whether you're watching here on this Tuesday night or if you are watching the replay. And if you're watching the replay and you stayed on this long, you're a trooper, my friend, and I appreciate you for sticking around. Don't forget, be wise. Be wise. If you feel like you're lacking wisdom, God said, ask him, and he would give you wisdom, and he would give it generously. Number 2, walk in love. Whatever it is you're doing, I promise you, it is worth it to walk in love. Is it always easy? Absolutely not. Is it always the best thing? Absolutely is. No question. Walk in love. And number 3, do not walk in fear. You're going to have opportunities today, probably even tonight. If you're watching this live, then that means you're probably not watching something else political that's being broadcast on a lot of other places. Well, guess what? After it's over with, you're going to have lots of opportunities to be afraid. You may even have opportunities right now to be afraid. I'm challenging you. Don't walk in fear. Don't do it. Be wise. Walk in love. Do not walk in fear. And we will be back next Tuesday night with a lot more and another guest. Thanks again for watching tonight. God bless you all. Have a great night.